course you did. It is your girl, Lilo Alexis, and I am back. I know it's been 2 weeks since I dropped a video, but I had to go visit my love in Dubai, and I should have vlogged it. And when I go back, I will vlog my escapades in the Great Middle East. But that is not why you guys are tuned in today. You guys want to know, what did I buy? As a perfume capital, Dubai just has an amazing scent overall. Like, you go, guys, it smells good. And so we're going to dive in today's video on all the things that I purchased. So if you like my content, like, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. And now let's dive into today's video. I have like 7 or 8 scents to go over with you guys from my new haul. I'm trying to put myself on a no buy for September. We'll see how successful I am with that, because baby, I like to spend money, and that is part of my problem. Now, I don't know what kind of lifestyle I thought I was supposed to lead, but obviously very wealthy and very opulent, because I cannot stop swiping. And please excuse the dogs in the background, baby. I am dog sitting and they are having a time, honey, playing with one another. So if you hear a little growl, a little ruffle, and a little tuffle, it's the fur babies. But anyway, without further ado, let's dive into the first scent that I brought back from Dubai. And as always, y'all are going to see me look up these notes, baby, because I am turning 40 and the memory is fading a little bit, but we still sharp. I just can't remember every note offhand. So first things first, I am a Guerlain girly, okay? Through and through. I don't care what anybody has to say. To me, Guerlain is like the grande dame of fragrance, okay? They are a 200-year-old fragrance house. So to me, when it comes to just opulence and understanding the artistry of perfumery, Guerlain has it covered, and I'm right there in the house, baby. Bury me in my Baltimore accent in Guerlain, all right? And so I had to get my hands on Iris Torrefie. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Please, enunciation police, do not come for me, but also correct me in the comments. And this one has been discontinued. Now, the story behind this, I was not trying to get a 200 ml, I promise y'all. But when I researched before going to Dubai, there was only 2 left in the entire country, all right, in that entire area. And there was 100 milliliter and then this 200 milliliter. And I put in for the 100, baby, but somebody snatched it before me. But I said, I am not leaving the land of the sand without this fragrance. Now, off break, this is one of the most beautiful powdery iris cocoa cafe smelling fragrances I have ever put my nose on. To me, I feel like this is what a Parisian coffee date experience would smell like. It has this slight spice, like a baked essence. The iris is beautiful. It's powdery, almost reminiscent of lipstick. And then you get this coffee note that reminds me of just espresso. But let's see what the exact notes are, because that's what I got from first sniff. And when I tell you there is nothing on the market that smells quite like it, I literally mean there's nothing on the market that smells quite like it. So the notes for Iris Torrefie are cardamom, coffee, and bergamot in the opening. That's that brightness and that spice that I was talking about. In the heart, you get iris and ambrette or musk mallow. So that gives that powdery, musky softness. And in the base, there's leather, vanilla, tea, and amber. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I don't get much tea from this fragrance, but I do get that resinous warmth of the amber. And now there is that like twinge of leather when I remember it, that just makes this so seductive and sexy. This, in my opinion, is a gorgeous unisex fragrance that I'm kind of sad Guerlain got rid of. I'm hoping that they do what they did with Feve Gourmand and they just reformulate it and come out with a different name. But until then, this is one of the few fragrances in my collection that I will not be decanting, that no, you can't come to my house and try it. No, this is baby grande dame, all right? I will only be wearing her on special occasions because this is going to be one of my prized possessions. Next on the list is the new Jean Paul Gaultier Divine Elixir. Now, I wanted to get my nose on this because none other than the infamous Quentin Biche is the nose behind the Divine Elixir. This is supposed to be an enhanced, stronger concentration from the Perfume that was released, I want to say sometime last year. And y'all, it's not released in the US, but I know it's coming. I just don't know when it's coming, but prayerfully soon. You know, we got who we got in office, so I don't know if it's a tariff thing. I don't know what it is, but I hope you guys are able to get your nose on this. I absolutely love it, but I will say this and forewarn you guys, this is for the tuberose lovers. So just imagine a creamy, milky, bubblegummy tuberose that is met with the soft, delicate whispers of jasmine, right? And in the base, you get this beautiful marshmallow whipped meringue with deep vanilla. I want to say some amber, and it opens with a slight aquatic saltiness. So I know that's very hard to imagine, but it's much more complicated than the other two formulations of Divine, and I think that this smells really good. Again, I love that the tuberose is that soft bubblegummy tuberose, because when a tuberose is too florally or I guess green, it comes off sour. And if you are not a true tuberose lover, that is going to be off-putting, much like how it is for me in Peche Velours, which I will get into later in this video. But this is absolutely stunning. And so the notes in Divine Elixir are, hold on, my phone is loading. Okay. The notes in Divine Elixir, in the top you have salt, sea notes, and lemon. So that's that aquatic nuance I was just speaking on. In the heart, there's tuberose, ylang ylang, and jasmine sambac. And in the base, you get tonka bean, meringue, vanilla, and patchouli. Okay, I thought it was amber, but it's tonka bean. To me, I feel like there's some notes missing because I definitely get like an amber nuance from this. It is very resinous at the base. I don't really pick up on the tonka bean, but what I can say is that vanilla is rich and thick, so I barely smell patchouli, but I love this. I also think that this is one that whenever they do release it is going to be better suited for fall and winter, because I do think the base kind of is a little bit more warm and resinous. Like, maybe that's the better word. It's a little bit deep. Okay, so it's not as summery as the notes may suggest. Like the notes, if you read this off break, suggest that this is more of like floral, airy, ethereal perfume. Absolutely not. This is not how this comes off to my nose, but it is beautiful nonetheless. And I mean, look at the bottle, y'all. I'm in New York Fashion Week. This is the favorite of the bottles. It's got this, like, I know you can't really tell in my video, it looks darker. It looks almost black, but if you know the color brown of She Was Here, it's a hair darker than that like rose colored brown with the gold. So very melanated, very approved. Now, y'all, this one caught me off guard, and that is Libre Vanille Couture. Y'all, this is for the Libre haters. I'm going to say it because to me, this is the one that least smells like all the Libres. Like, you still get the DNA, but that vanilla, caviar, and rum note that is swirled through here is absolutely exquisite. Right now, it is only released in the Middle East. So even if you look it up to purchase, it's not at Harrods, it's not at Selfridges, it's not at any of the like retail sites that are for discounters or other boutiques. It is literally at YSL Middle East, AE. And unfortunately, YSL AE does not ship worldwide. So you would have to go to the Middle East to get this. And it makes me upset because I need them to go ahead and release it, because now I feel like I regret not buying two. Now, granted, I did smell it when I was in duty free, so I knew it was a banger, but the way that this has literally just gotten richer and deeper within a week, y'all, if you are a vanilla lover, this is going to be your favorite Libre. This one is going to knock even Libre Intense out of the water. And I will say this, I do believe that they took the Libre Intense DNA and modified it. Like, it doesn't smell as much like La Parfum as it does Libre Intense, with a richer, thicker, more dense vanilla. And the rum note is done exquisitely. Like, you know, sometimes boozy fragrances can come off a little bit too alcoholic, in my opinion. Like, it just smells like a little bit like, ooh, okay. but this one is sexy. I know it's marketed to women, but I do feel like a man could get away with this. I won't necessarily say that it's unisex, but it would be an interesting scent profile for a man to pull off. I also feel that the lavender, or the, what is it, Diva Lavender, I think that that's what's in the lead flankers, is subdued a little bit more in Vanille Couture than all the other flankers before it. So if you were struggling with any of the lead because of that lavender note, you will not struggle. Once this hits the US, you will not struggle with this. Now, the only thing I'm hoping is that they put it in its full format of 3 ounces. Right now, it only comes in a 1.7, but baby, I need more of it. It does smell that good. I'm actually gonna spray a little bit on. Oh my God, like this is my favorite. And I didn't even think anything with top intense, but this one, yes ma'am, yes ma'am. This is her, and this is she. Now, I didn't even go over the notes. See, that's how excited I got for Vanille Couture. Let's go over these notes really quickly, all right? So, in the top, there's orange blossom and lavender. The heart has black bourbon vanilla, caviar, and the base has rum absolute. Okay, those are the notes. Simple, very straightforward, but baby, this smells very luxe, very rich, very much worth its price point. Actually, beyond its price point. All right, now my next fragrance that I'm introducing to you guys, and I am so happy this is in my collection. I need a moment of silence. Okay, this is Emerald Musk Carolina Herrera. Okay, when I tell you guys, this is the most beautiful orris leather, smoky, incense, musky, delicious fragrance. I smelled this back in March at the Sephora in Dubai Mall when I was with my fiance. And I don't know why I was like, oh, okay, it's coming to the US. I had like a whole display outside of Sephora and I'm over here sniffing. I'm sniffing all of them, which this collection here, I don't even know what the good girls are, because this collection by Carolina Herrera, the Confidential collection, is so exquisite. I don't know if it got slept on in the US or what. Maybe it had its time, because I mean, a lot of them came out before, like many years ago, and people weren't impressed. I don't know, but I was thoroughly impressed with 90% of the collection, because I also like platinum leather and stallion leather, but I'm a leather girly. But Emerald Musk stood out the most. And I literally was like, oh, okay, well, I'll just get in the US, because at that point in time, I was shopping for like more Arabic fragrances that I was going to take back, like going to the souk and creating some different, you know, combinations, because I am trying to go into business for myself. So I was like, okay, I'll just, you know, get it when I get to the US. Baby, this is never coming to the US. It is never coming. And in fact, you can't even order it online. It was at Harrods. And so I was like, oh, okay, I'll get it at Harrods, right? Literally the next week that I went on there after I got back, it was gone. This is actually, I don't know if it's just limited to the Middle East, but it is discontinued everywhere else. Like literally, this is not available. So I was just like, okay. It freaked me out, because I was like, okay, well, maybe it's gone. Maybe it was just like a pop-up. But when you go to Sephora, UAE, it's there. So I knew I was going back to Dubai to see my honey. I try to go back every 4 to 5 months to keep it going until we're able to be together forever in the same place. And so this was on my to-get list, because I was like, I will not leave this country without Emerald Musk again. And so Emerald Musk has notes of, let's see, and even on how do you say this? Fragnatica, baby, this is a 4.5. Like, and you know they be fragrances. So for this to be a 4.5, you know it's good, okay? And hundreds of reviews. So at the top, there's pink pepper. In the heart, there's leather, orris, and rose. And at the base, there's musk, vanilla bean, and amber. It smells like some more stuff in here. When I tell you, this is so good. It's spicy. It's smooth. Like the leather in here is suede-y. Like it's not really like cowhide. It just gives like suede, okay? And then the orris, the perfect amount of powder. And then the rose, I don't know if it's my rose, Type rose. It just says rose, but the rose note is done beautifully and modern. And then that musky, resinous, sweet base, y'all. Oh my God, I love this so much. I plan to get another bottle when I go back. I don't know when that is. I feel like I'm going to go back in January, but I'll keep you guys posted, because I'm getting another bottle. All right, next on the list that I purchased while in Dubai is Chanel's 1932. Now, this is an oldie. This is my first time having it, but I'm obsessed with this. This is an Adahilic Magnolia Balm. I find it to be refreshing, clean girl, wealthy, opulent aesthetic. I love Chanel. If there was ever a designer house that I can honestly say that I appreciate staying true to their identity, it is Chanel. Chanel is not following the trends. Chanel is not trying to be, putting out a fragrance every, 30 business days. And they're definitely not trying to tiptoe into excessive gourmands. They stay true to form of being a luxurious, elevated fragrance house. It's just like, baby, we are Chanel. We don't care if y'all want to smell like cookies, cakes, and ice cream. We are staying true that this is for the aristocrats. This is for the stylish. This is for the people who are outside getting diamond cream facials. And we are not changing our aesthetic just because y'all want to smell like cookies and cupcakes. And I can appreciate a brand who stays true to their actual identity. So let's get into the notes of 1932 by Chanel. Let's see. Okay. So the notes in this are aldehydes, neroli, and bergamot in the opening. In the heart, there is lilac, jasmine, ylang ylang, rose, and carnation. And in the base, there's orris, musk, ambrette or musk mallow, vetiver, sandalwood, open ox, vanilla, coumarin, and incense. So, baby, definitely not a simple fragrance. This is not blind buy safe, in my opinion, but it is so good. It is literally delicious. And I'll lie. I thought this had magnolia in it. I guess I was smelling the jasmine. Excuse me. But there is a magnolia for when it, maybe that's 1957. I'll look that up in another video. But what I can say is this is a beautiful, bright, Adahilic, gorgeous, refined white floral fragrance that is perfect for everyday wear. It is just exquisitely elevated. When I spritz this on, I know I smell like money. Some fragrances just smells like wealth to me in a bottle. And I'm obsessed. Now, there was one more that I purchased literally in duty free that took me by surprise. I wasn't trying to purchase anything else, but I literally got stopped in my tracks the moment that this was spritzed on me and in the air. And this is none other than Muse by YSL. So it's in this box. I'm going to open it for you guys so you can see. I also really love the color of the bottle or the juice because it's supposed to pay tribute to ink. Okay, so Muse says inspiring ink. Now, the story behind this is that the Muse is being tattooed on by her lover, right? So the Muse is getting, literally stitched artwork on her. And it's supposed to capture how romantic and seductive this process is. And honestly, this smells like seduction in a bottle. Now, this is truly unisex, but I will say it leans a little bit more masculine. So you have to be a woman that enjoys powerful, sexy, a little dark, and a little bit, mysterious scents. If you don't, this is not going to be for you. If you're a true gourmand girly, you probably are not going to like this one. So let's go right into the notes. All right. In the top, there's lavender, incense, and clary sage. Oh, God, I love the incense. Okay. In the heart, there's orris, vanilla, ambrette, or musk mallow, guys. And at the base, there is ink and amberwood. So again, resinous, powdery, and a little bit metallic. There's like that ink note gives off like metallic sex appeal. And then of course the lavender and the incense and clary sage gives this fragrance of freshness that just keeps it, grounded and bright and sexy. But I just love how it goes through its scent journey because it goes from that like bright, semi, herbaceous opening into a powdery, seductive, metallic, soft vanilla with warm resins. This one is gonna get me 8 up. I sprayed this on like just to test it, and I said this is gonna get me 8. Okay, my fiance is going to tear me to shreds when I put this on, and I don't know if I'm gonna start using this like when we have an argument. I just walk by him, and this is the scent trail. I don't know, but y'all, if you are looking for something that's excessively sexy, men and women, Muse is it. I also smelled, of course, classic tuxedo, a million out of 10. But Cure is the other one that I'm going to pick up next. I already have Baby Cat. I'm going to get Cure. And I actually had never smelled Jumpsuit before. And that one is a beautiful floral. It's juicy. It's bright. It's a little bit sweet. But it's got this like gorgeous, like sunshiny solar note. Love it down. YSL did amazing with their private line, but I'm a YSL girly. I think Yves Saint Laurent does an amazing fragrance, and I'm not shocked that the Privé line is a million out of 10. So those were all the fragrances that I got while in Dubai. Now there are a couple that were waiting for me on my doorstep, guys, and we're gonna get into those as well. And one of those are Marshmallow Lavender by Banana Republic. Now, baby, this caught me by surprise. I didn't think this was going to smell as exquisite as it does. So I just got the 1 ounce to kind of test it out from So Avant-Garde when they were having their 40% off, which I wish they would have extended it to this week because, baby, I want the larger bottle. Okay, Marshmallow Lavender. It's like a sophisticated gourmand. Like you get a lot of the marshmallow, you get a lot of musk, you get a lot of vanilla and whipped fluffiness, but the lavender just kind of grounds it and keeps it smelling mature, you know? So in Marshmallow Lavender, in the top, there's marshmallow, vanilla, and peach. At the heart, there's lavender and jasmine. And at the base, there's sugar and musk. So you get all of the notes. You can literally smell each one. And I love how the peach really adds a little juicy fruitiness to this, where it keeps it from going too herbaceous because lavender is at the heart, right? And we know by Libre and by Burberry Goddess that too much lavender is not your best friend. But this is so balanced. And this, to me, if you like marshmallow, this is an easy, affordable swipe. I want to say this bottle is 70. No, is it 75? I feel like it's less. Maybe it's like around the $60 range. I know that the full size bottle is like 105. But if you have an influencer's code, you can easily get the large bottle for under $100. Okay. And it smells amazing. And it's an extrait de parfum. So it's got a high oil concentration. And a master perfumer is behind all of the Banana Republic fragrances. So best believe you're getting quality. And last but not least today, guys. Okay. Well, no, there's 2 more. There's 2 more. I was trying to decide if I was going to talk about it. And I am. Okay. So with my other Guerlain baby. All right. This is Shalimar L'Essence. Y'all, this is easily one of my favorite vanillas now. Guerlain always does an exquisite vanilla, and baby, this has absolutely met my expectations. It smells like Spiriti Double Vanille, Vanilla Planifolia, musk, a hint of sugar, along with the signature Shalimar DNA. And I'm just like, wow. I'm blown away. I am blown away at how beautiful this smells. And not only that, guys, let me turn the cap around so you guys can see that it says Shalimar at the front. I mean, I just love the bottle and the cap. It just reminds me of wealth. And not only that, y'all, the sillage. This is a beast. This one takes the cake for me. A million out of 10. So let's get into the notes of the new Shalimar L'Essence, okay? This has notes of Madagascar vanilla, vanillin, iris, musk, and rose. So again, you get that floral, you get that musk, you get that double vanilla, and you get that powdery, beautiful signature accord that Shalimar brings. And y'all, I'm literally obsessed. I actually want to buy a backup bottle just in case it sells out because I want to have this in my collection. I might buy 2. I don't know. This is one of the few things at the Guerlain house that's under $200. So, you know, maybe I can buy 3 and just have Shalimar L'Essence as a permanent staple in my collection because I love it. It is a gorgeous vanilla. Last but not least, this is not one that I purchased, but I actually won a contest, and this is Dama Bianca. I'm not going to really spend time on this one because she's an old school baddie, okay? She's an old school cult favorite baddie. A gorgeous, feminine, soft, stunning vanilla. And the thing is, I had this on my wish list after I bought Herrera's Summer Vanilla Body Care, which smells identical to this perfume. I never imagined that the body care was going to be that close, but literally when I put the body care on one arm and I sprayed this on the other, it is absolutely, stop it. Go and sit down. When I sprayed this on one arm and the body care, I put it on the other arm. This is absolutely identical. So if you are looking to try before you buy for Dama Bianca, definitely get Herrera's Summer Vanilla because it is 1 for 1 a match. Now, Dama Bianca is not one of those, you know, sillage beast. This is more of an intimate, gorgeous, seductive, feminine scent bubble. But when I tell you, it is now one of my favorite vanillas. I understand why people love it so much. And that kumquat smells divine. So in Dama Bianca, we have notes of kumquat and lime in the opening. In the heart, there's violet, Italian iris and lilac, Egyptian jasmine and lily of the valley. And in the base, we have ambrette, malt, white musk, sandalwood, cedar, and vanilla. I'm also starting to realize that I kind of like fragrances that have iris, ambrette, vanilla, and musk. That's kind of like my vibe because every perfume that I pretty much picked up has that in it. So I'm starting to figure out my nose and what it likes even more. I feel like it's changing. And baby, give me all the iris and orris. Give me all the ambrette and musk mallows. Give me the musk. And of course, always give me the vanilla. So guys, that was today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and stay tuned to next week for some more releases that I've picked up over the summer. And I've got my opinion on Peche Velours and a few others. So again, thank you for joining, and ta-ta.